How you doing again, guys? This is Glenn, one of the team members of the Free MOTUS Fishing. I'm down in our manufacturing facility here in Utah. We just wanted to do a quick video on loading the Leader Keeper. We did the last video on just a quick overview, but this time we just want to show you how to load it and some of our recommendations or tips and tricks for loading it. So first off, remember that the Leader Keeper itself has 4 individual tracks, and the individual tracks have this patent pending locking mechanism here to load and lock your leaders in place. So some of the other features of the body itself is that there's 2 finger holes here, and again, those are so you can position the body of the Leader Keeper in your hand, and you can hold it very easily while you're winding with 2 fingers. It's got a 3/8 diameter through hole, so that'll go on your standard tippet rings and tippet holders. And then there's 2 recessed cutouts in here that actually insets that are used, and you'll see what those are used for, but those are actually where you start your knots and where you lock the leader in place. So when I'm loading my Leader Keeper, my convention is that I use the laser engraving as my reference point for the size of the leader. So on this particular Leader Keeper, if I look at the laser engraving, I would load my leaders in such a way that I go my largest leader to my smallest leader if this was for my trout fishing on stream. So for instance, I would go a 3X, a 4X, a 5X, and a 6X across this leader. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you how to load. I got a 3X leader here that'll go on this first track and just show you how to load that. So again, slide your fingers through one of the openings, and that gives you the ability to use your index and your thumb to hold the leader. So I'm just going to grab my leader here. So again, this is my 3X leader, and find a knot. So you want to start with the knot end out, and so basically what you want to do is you want to grab a hold of the leader with the knot, and you want the knot to be positioned close to one of these insets here, okay? And now when you're holding it, now you're just going to start winding the leader on whatever track you're in. So I'm on the first track here, so I'm just going to wind this around, and I'm going to wind it around until I have about 8 to 9 inches of either regular virgin leader on there, or if you have tippet on it, the tippet. And this one actually has the tippet ring on it, so I'll stop close to the end of the tippet ring. So basically right now I have about 7 inches of tippet actually exposed. Now what you want to do is you just want to feed that tippet through the knot, the loop, and then once you feed it through the loop, you grab a hold of it, and you just want to pull that leader back down the opposite direction that you were just winding. That pulls that knot down into the track. Now what you want to do is bring your leader or tippet back up to one of the insets here, and you're just going to cross it over whatever lock O-ring that you have or you're at, and you're just going to cross it over, and you're going to hold it, and then you're just going to pull it between the O-ring and the body, and you'll hear it snap into place. You'll hear that snap lock into place. Now my tippet and leader is actually in, and it's got, as I'll start to pull it, you'll see that there's resistance to it now. It's actually locked in place. So to continue on, I would just take this, if it was the only leaders I was putting on there, I would lead this tippet end hanging out up, about 3 or 4 inches, so I knew that was the leader I was going to use. If I was winding another tippet on here, or another leader, I would tuck this in behind the O-ring all the way, and then I would wind my next leader onto that, and then that flying lead would be the one I would use if I was replacing my leader. So that's how you would load a standard leader with no lure on it into the Leader Keeper.